Good morning, everyone. This is Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. How are you on this Tuesday morning all around the world? How are you doing? So, here we are, a brand new month. We are almost through year 2020. Can you believe it? We have entered into September 2020. Good morning, Pastor Alex. We have entered into September. We are at September the 1st. And if I counted it up correctly, we are either at 62 or 63 days to the election. So it's getting closer and closer. So good morning to everyone. Some of you asked me if there would be a part 2 to my politically savvy piece that I did on yesterday. Yes, I'm doing part 2 today, part 3 tomorrow, part 4 on Thursday. So this may be not just news in motion, but this may also be a quote unquote workshop, if you will, but I'll try to condense it still within the time frame that we have. So first off, I just want to say we lost another giant on yesterday. We lost John Thompson. Many of you may remember him with Georgetown basketball. And I have to be honest, I had to pause yesterday and ask God, what is up? Why are we losing all these great people? And may he rest in peace with all the others. You know, I just keep having this vision that maybe they're all huddled up in the heavenlies, and they're with Jesus, and they're pointing down to each one of us, or you know, not that Jesus doesn't already know, he already knows, but I just had to have that vision yesterday to feel a little bit better. There's a new book that's coming out today. It releases today. It's by Michael Schmidt, and it's called Donald Trump versus the United States. Good morning, Brenda. Donald Trump versus the United States. And from just a glimpse I was able to see in the press release, it's like fire. I mean, he was in the trenches. He interviewed some key people. Key people gave him their name and said that he could use their name. So that book will probably fly off the shelves, but it releases today. Again, that's by Michael Schmidt, and that's Donald Trump versus the United States. So you may say, well, why do I want to read about Donald Trump? We need to know. We need to know what is going on. And if somebody is giving a reputable account, a reputable source, we need to pay attention. Get the Cliff Notes, but make sure the Cliff Notes are legitimate, if you know what I mean. All right, so I'm going to start off again. Welcome to September 1. Here we go, y'all. I'm going to start off with the coronavirus numbers. In the U.S., y'all know I go to the World Health Organization. But also remember, last week, I was like so excited because the numbers started slowing. They weren't necessarily going down, but they were not coming in as quickly as they were previously. Good morning, Antoinette. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. They weren't happening as quickly. So I was so excited to share with you all last week that the coronavirus numbers have slowed. Well, not as of yesterday. I read a report from CNBC that the report says the numbers are on the rise again, and they're moving steadily. They're moving quickly. And it says it's across more than half the U.S. The numbers have gone the other way. There's 6,211,051 cases. There are 187,721 deaths. What's up, Juan? Hello, Patricia. Hello, Jacqueline. There are 3,452,993 that have recovered. So the numbers now have gone on the rise. Since I said last week they were slowing. So that's happening. So let me just break down what CNBC is stating. And this is what they say are factual information from the coronavirus enforcement team that has Fauci on it. That's a man who I believe. New cases are up at least 5% just in 7 days, based on the 7-day average in 26 states. And as of this past Sunday, compared with just 12 states a week ago. So that's why I was saying they were slowing last week. Now, boom, they're back up. Many of the recently growing outbreaks across the country are occurring in Midwestern states, including Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, hello somebody, that's where I live, and the Dakotas. So yeah, that's happening, y'all. New cases statewide have been steadily falling for more than a month. So they were slowing, they were falling. But they now, and this is, I'm quoting, but now appear to be flattening out over 40,000 new cases per day. We can see an uptick to 60,000 to 75,000 by the end of this week per day. Everybody, come on, wear your mask, practice social distancing, wash your hands, and only go where you really need to go. Seriously, y'all, that's the only way we're gonna beat this. All right, will they, won't they? A federal appeals court denies Michael Flynn and Justice Department's effort to end his case. That ruling took place yesterday by 8-2 ruling. That was the decision, and it now restores the power back to the judge to question the Justice Department, yeah, that's AG Barr, move on this politically divisive case. So the court ruled 8-2, no. We're going to still hear this. So that's a win. That's a win. Y'all, if you are not, I'm always trying to send you resources. If you are not, good morning, Kim Hill. If you are not following the Lincoln Project, follow it. The Lincoln Project are conservative Republicans who has had enough of the occupant of the Oval. And they're coming out with factual, and you can back it up. That's, again, factcheck.org. They're coming out with factual accounts every day. You want to follow the Lincoln Project. You really do. Now, as I go into part 2 from yesterday, Politically Savvy, I want to share this with you as seen in People magazine. A Massachusetts couple facing health hardships received a note shaming them for their unpainted house. Yeah, people do that, okay? Marilyn, the wife's name is Marilyn, has been battling MS for almost 30 years and is currently wheelchair bound. Lorain County is still in the red. Thanks, Brenda, for that. Thank you for that. And we just need to be mindful of this coronavirus. She has been battling MS for almost 30 years and is currently wheelchair bound. The couple, her husband's name is Jimmy, and Marilyn, received an insensitive letter in the mail from their neighbors, urging them to paint their home because it was deemed as an eyesore. Now, I don't know about what Bible you read, but the Bible I read says, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. And then the first one we know is thou shalt love thou shalt love no other God before me, meaning God himself. So with that said, let's go into Politically Savvy, part 2. All right, and I do have this note. We have 62 days before the election. And my question to all of you is, what's your plan? What's your plan? Good morning. What's your plan? Now, yesterday, again, I covered Politically Savvy part 1, where I talked about political change within communities. Y'all, when we're voting, when we're coming up with a plan, it starts within your local community first. Yes, we are voting for the highest office in the land of the USA, but hear me. We still have to focus on our local community. What is happening? What's happening with your school systems? What's happening with local parks and recreations? What's happening with homelessness? What's happening with human trafficking? You name it, we can call it out. What's happening within your neighborhood? What's happening within your community? Today, I want to cover 2 areas. That's fundraising and business research. Don't tune off yet. Just listen to me, because it's important, because you can still cast your vote. But the question is, where's your money going? So stay with me a little bit. Just stay with me. Even with the Michael Flynn case, even with what's happening with the coronavirus, we got to follow the money. We got to follow the money. So the first part of this, under section 2, is raising funds for your community. So how do we do that? We start by building a team. People with like minds, yes, but you also want the naysayers on your team. You cannot just have a team of everybody who are yes people. You have to have people on your team who is going to challenge the process, who's going to question you, who's going to tick you off. It's okay to do that, y'all. We got to stop running from the opposition. We have to face it head on. You know, the other day, and I thought I had it, I don't have it. I received a postcard in the mail, and I'm sure many of you did too, from the Occupants campaign. If I did not know what was happening, if I looked at that postcard, I would be like, okay, let me get all of my supplies because we're getting ready to be in trouble. There's going to be tanks on the street. This postcard was complete fear-mongering. It was complete fear-mongering. And it was like, this is Joe Biden's America. And it was all dark. It was black. It has some blue. It has some red paint stripes coming down. I'm going, what is happening? Y'all, we cannot, we have to respond back with action, which means our campaigns, whatever campaign you're supporting, has to have money. So we have to raise funds. We have to build a team. Along with building a team, we have to write a case statement. Now, what is a case statement? A case statement is really talking about what's your mission? What is it that you're trying to do? If your mission is to get more people registered to vote, what does that look like? Make sure you're connecting them with organizations that are already out there, such as iwillvote.com. Such as When We All Vote, such as Rock the Vote, and rockthevote is .org, and When We All Vote is .org. They all have the information already out there. So what is your plan? So when you're writing a case statement, the case statement is based upon 2016's election, how many people stayed home? How many people said, oh, I'm not going to do it. We're not going to win anyway. I'm not going to do it. We're not going to have a voice anyway. Yep, you got your postcard yesterday. Yeah, Kim Evans. And I was like, that postcard was scary for real. I even said, I hope no child goes to the mailbox to get this postcard. They would be like terrified. That's the kind of literature that's going out of here. And I'm like, what? So we have to counter out that. We have to counter that type of information. So the case statement is back, again, 2016, who did not vote? How are we going to get people registered to vote? It is not too late, y'all. It's not October yet, but we cannot wait till October to get people registered to vote. We have to do it right now. There's an urgency now. There's a true urgency right now. I don't know if you followed the news yesterday, but Joe Biden's major donors and even some of his grassroots people, including young people, 17, 18, and 19, they went to him. They was like, look, you have to rebut that 4 days right now. He was not supposed to, not laughing about this, come out the basement until next week. But they got him out the basement to make that amazing rebuttal on yesterday. If you have not found that or watched that, please find it on Google and watch that. His rebuttal was amazing. He painted the picture of that the occupant is talking about the future with Joe Biden's America. He said, but y'all, what's happening right now is Donald Trump's America. Yeah, he set that thing up beautifully. So we have to say, what's my case? What's my mission? The other thing is when you are setting a case, what are the most important facts? We now have to deal with facts. I said yesterday, do not send information or share information that you have not checked out. Y'all, I still see images floating around, and I call people out on it. Now, I don't put it out there on their wall, but I go to inbox them and say, hey, that's not correct. You may want to delete that. You may want to change that. You may want to augment this. But please tell people the truth of this post. Please, 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 please tell people the truth. We have to, what are the most important facts? And then the other part of the case statement is where are you right now and where do you want to go? So where are you right now? What's happening right now? How many people in your circle of influence are registered voters? How many are not? Do you know that from the age of, and I hope I have this quote correct, from the age of 17, people who will be turning 18 in time for the election, from 17 to 25, I believe, there were several hundred thousands of that age group that did not vote. They did not vote. Many of the response was, why? Why does it matter? Oh, my parents have that, or this person has. No, we need you to vote. We need you to vote. So even if the strategy is to go after young people, but we have to raise funds to do that, y'all. Listen, again, I'm going back to whatever his name is. I don't even want to call his name. Age 17. If there were people that raised over $200,000 for him, we have to. And that is how Barack Obama got in office, with the $1, the $5, the $10. Yes, the everyday people is what gave him the money that he needed. And yeah, he had major donors, But look at the record, look at the facts, look at the information. His money came in from the everyday people, everyday citizens. So we have to give. We have to give. So even with our local government, our local community, again, PTA, PTO, my children are grown. But because I live in the area of the school system, which is Olentangy schools, I'm like, okay, how do I still participate? I may not have a child in the school, but you taking my tax dollars, so how can I still participate? How can I be a voice or an advocate for children that may not have involved parents? That's how you look at that. And then the other part is to build a list. Build a list of people who can come alongside of you. So then the next section is business research. Hear me, people. This is where you really want to watch your dollars. And y'all know I post this on my wall all the time. Oh, by the way, somebody inboxed me and asked me, why are you doing this? Why are you doing News in Motion? Well, I'm going to tell you, because if they watch it, I want them to hear it again today. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. I'm doing it because this is my mission in this season. I'm doing it because somebody has to do it. I'm doing it because I care. I'm doing it because God has ordered my steps to do this in this season. I'm doing it because basically it's my business for me to do what God has called me to do. Whether there's 2 people watching, whether there's 1 person watching, together me and that 1 person can make a difference. I believe that with everything within me. So that is why I'm doing this. And I'm taking the time to educate and to share. We can't really meet up anywhere. So this is the best way. Take the platform and use it for God's good. So that's why I'm doing it. So business research, what to look for. There are 5 things to look for. Number 1, people you partner and do business with. Who do they give to? We need to start finding out who they give to. I don't know about you, but I'm finding a whole lot of my friends on social media do not agree or believe in the things that I'm saying. Or they are, when I say do not agree or believe, they do not believe that, let's say, Joe Biden is going to be better than Donald Trump. Well, in my world, I believe he will be. So I'm finding out friends who I thought were friends who are, to some degree, and I hate to say it this way, racist. Yep, I said that on this platform this morning. And I'm thinking, oh, I never knew you were even like that. I never knew that was even a part of your bloodline. But I'm finding that out. So I'm now being very careful as to where I spend my money. I do my research before I go anywhere. Okay, like for example, we all like Walmart. Okay, so Walmart, where do you give your money to? Who ends up with that dollar? What does that look like? Do I want to give so that you can take a portion of what I purchased from your store to give to human trafficking? Yeah, y'all, it's that serious out here. That is what people do. When they're making a profit off of your money, what are they doing with that profit? What are they doing? Who are they giving to? What foundations are they giving to? Okay, we got to pay attention to this, y'all. The Kellogg Foundation. Some of y'all don't even know who they are. Find out. I'm not even going to tell you. Find out who they are. Trust me, they're not giving their money where you think they're giving their money. They're not. You have to spend time or connect with somebody like me who can do the research to do that. But you have to know where the money's going. Where's your money going at the places you eat from? Where's that money going? Who are they giving it to? We can find out that information. Macy's, where's the money going from Macy's? Walmart support Trump. A portion of their money does go to his campaign. You are absolutely correct. That's why I lifted their name. Well, Joe certainly can't be worse. Well, there's that. That's another thing that people are saying. Again, look at the platform. What are people doing? What are you standing for? The second part of that is understand the power of your dollar. Y'all, dollars are hard to come by today. So what are you doing with your dollar? Where is it going? Who are you sowing into? Who are you sowing into? Yep, you have your church, and please, even if you've been cut back or whatever money that's coming in, do your darndest. And I'm going to say something you may disagree with me. Do your darndest to still give some sort of resource to your church, seriously, so that the church can continue. What organizations do you want to give to? And then today, there are people who do not have 501c3s, but they're doing the work. They're doing the grassroots work. Y'all, $1, $5, $10 to an organization or to someone who's doing the work, it's worth it, y'all. It's worth it. So the power of your dollar. Number 3, how are your tax dollars used? I just said something. Many of us either pay our taxes or we wait for the check to come in. But where's it going? What's happening? How is it being used? We need to know those things, y'all. This is being politically savvy. When they talk about the tax plan, do you know what that is? Who is it helping? Who is it hurting? Who's benefiting? Who's not benefiting? Oh, yeah. Y'all get y'all's check yet? I'm just doing that to be funny because so many people are like, my check's in the mail. No, it's not. It's not in the mail. He signed a memorandum, not an executive order. There is a difference. He pretended as if he signed it in an executive order. I even thought he signed an executive order until I started digging. It's like he didn't do that. He signed a memorandum. So what's happening with these 30 plus million people? Have they been evicted? See, what happens is, y'all, news is in motion and news keeps changing. And as the news is changing, we go to the next topic. We go to the next subject. No, come on back. By the way, those 40 children or 4,000? I can't remember the number in Georgia. Somebody, if you remember, I'm thinking about because I saw it yesterday again. 3 days ago, they found these children. We ain't heard nothing else about them. So what's happening with that? We have heard nothing. So you find some children in Georgia and you go silent? What is that? What's really going on behind that? And I can't remember the number. I saw so many numbers yesterday. I can't remember the number, but they found some children in Georgia. They announced that. They announced that, I believe it was the last night of the RNC to paint this picture. And I'm not saying they didn't find them. I don't know. Paint this picture that he's doing this in regards to human trafficking, saving children off the street. And I pray he is. Hear me. I pray that he is. But after that announcement, it went silent. So what happened? What's going on? So did you find them? And if so, again, I'm celebrating that. And I don't care who finds them. We all need to be finding these children that are caught up in human trafficking. But why did it go silent? That's a question here, y'all. And then number 4, what's the immediate available platform for your cause? Y'all, social media is the immediate. Who are your followers? Who can, I think it was 39 children. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, but it's like, what happened to them? Where are they? Did they reunite with their parents? What's going on? Did they come from another country? What's happening here? So yeah, your platform, what's your platform, y'all? What's your platform? How are you going to utilize your platform? And then number 5, how do you leverage what you have researched? For example, I've leveraged what I've researched right here. I have leveraged this. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, y'all. So going back to the couple in Massachusetts, for the win, several of the Massachusetts community immediately stepped in. Now, y'all, this is what I mean by case statement. The case was, so I'm going to use them as an example. The case was people sent them an insensitive letter. They had been a part of this community for a long time. They raised their children in their home. They operated a small business out of their home. They paid taxes out of their home. She has MS and is now wheelchair bound, and he also has some sort of health issues. Okay, so the community stepped up. So the case was there was a need. There was a need. This house needed to be painted. They found out the people were not well. They're not well with health. They don't have much of an income coming in whatsoever at all. That's the need. That's the case statement. The mission of these people we're going to help them. So they established a GoFundMe account. These several of the Massachusetts community developed a GoFundMe account page and has since raised over $54,000 to repair the home, the siding, the windows, the roof, and the stairs. They get the win. see something, and I think about all the stuff we were reading about Chadwick Boseman, how people had seen him looking frail, and they were just laughing at him, talking about him, putting memes together about him. And now, Alexis, see y'all, Alexis will come out and do something crazy, okay? So you have that, and so from doing that, yeah, I might need to get that Alexis out of my house, right? So from doing that, people were making fun of him. They were making fun of him. This man was dying of colon cancer. So before we're quick to tear down something, do the research to find out. Now, he had a close-knit community. They weren't talking. So kudos to him. So I'm going to start looking at my friends list a little bit differently today. Like if I share something with you, do I know it's not going to go nowhere? Yeah, exactly. So y'all, that's part 2. Part 3 tomorrow. Y'all going to come on and check out part 3? So listen, this week is a little bit different. I'm giving you some news, but then I'm giving you what we're going to do. And there's so many resources out here. When I'm giving you these resources, check it out. If it's for you, then sign up. You said, yes, Alexa will. I love her, though. Yeah, she will tell me what the weather is and everything else. So, y'all, that's what I have today. That's what I have today. And with that said, so I can continue what I'm doing, I would love for all of you who watch this video, I don't care if it's $1. I really don't. You can send it to my Cash App, which is the $ MIM today. That's M as in Mary, I, M as in Mary, today, TODAY. That stands for Ministry in Motion today. You can give that way. You can give to my PayPal, which is my email address, GED. That stands for Gail Elizabeth Dudley. GED at Insight. That's INS as in Sam, IGHT as in Tom.RR.com. You can give that way. Now, I have other jobs. I'm a business owner. Now, I'll be honest on here and tell you, I've lost 9 contracts during the pandemic. Lost 9. 9 really good paying contracts. I've lost them during the pandemic. They furloughed their people. I knew it was coming. I've been doing what I'm doing now for a long time in other capacities. I'm now bringing it here. I'm doing it. And now I find out that I love it. I'm so passionate about it. I can't wait till the next day. I'm already thinking of how I'm going to pull together and start researching some news for you to talk about it tomorrow. I already know the sources that I'm going to. But trust me, it doesn't take 30 minutes to do. It takes about 7 to 8 hours to do it. But I love it. And here's the truth. I will do it as long as God calls me to do it. If no one sows one dime. But I am asking you to partner with me so that we can bring all of this together. So if God lays it on your heart, do. If he doesn't, I understand. And I will still bring you the news because I care about the work that I'm doing. All right, y'all got to get over to IGTV. Until tomorrow, I am Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Get your plan together, y'all. Get your plan. What are you going to do? And it's not just about voting on November the 3rd or early vote or sending in your absentee ballot. It's about what we're going to do continuously. Y'all, it's serious out here. It's serious. It is serious. And it's going to depend upon all of us to shift this paradigm. All right, I'm Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Until tomorrow, peace out.